Hi Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out some more Tower of God Webtoon, and I'm stressed going into this because we had so many things, okay? So there are multiples of, I want to say Hoaqin because that's what I've been saying up to this point, but apparently that is not true because the different parts have different names that are in fact not Hoaqin. So whatever this entity is that we're going up against with the multiple like swords or whatever, because we have what? Vincent? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right because I'm assuming it's like Spanish or Italian or whatever. Anyway, has his own sword. Then he talked about getting it from a father. I don't know what that means. Do we have an actual father? Do we have someone that we refer to as father? I don't know. But at least, you know, glass somewhat full. We did get past the one creature that we need to get past. Bomb won that fight. So I guess there's that, but there's a lot of ominous tones with everything that's going on with Bomb. So I'm just kind of like, I just need everyone to calm down, right? I just need them to stop throwing information at me like I'm supposed to just be able to like take it in, and then they keep moving forward like I'm supposed to be okay. And I need a break, you know? All right, let's learn about this sword. We became the sword itself. Okay, so that feels a little bit like the needles and stuff, right? Where there's like an entity within it, and then also almost like a deal struck, right? We had that with Lady Yuri's, right? Where we had to like strike a deal with the entity within inside of it before we could actually use it. Dang. Okay. Strange. So we have like, and again, saying like I became the sword again with something like Bomb, right? Of him kind of being a needle, right? Like he is the weapon, right? And we have like human ignition weapons and stuff like that, right? Like it's all kind of like intertwined. So people being actual weapons is a thing that we've established within universe. So it could be related to that, but the whole like father never turned back to take a look at me. Dang. We're just gonna add it to the list of like families that are actually not that great. Ooh, okay. Do we have 5 then? Are there 5 of us? Okay, so it was an idea of ooh, sorry, so I found out later it was a whisper of a demon. Dang, again, bringing in some of that like biblical imagery there. So do we have 5 then? And we decided to all combine forces in order to be like as powerful. Again, interesting to have father as like what I was talking about before of like, is this an actual family relation in terms of either like by blood, or we've had lots of, you know, the talk of family within the tower isn't necessarily biological family. It could also be related to just like groups of people who have grouped together, or, you know, have otherwise been found themselves like thrown in with a group, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be biological. It can also just be like kind of a family unit, and whoever is at like the head of that family is referred to as like a parent or a father or whatever. But also, if we're getting into biblical imagery, when we say like the father in biblical sense, that is usually like a god, right? That is the highest power, right? So if that is also something that we're kind of like looking at through that lens, it could just be someone who is like one of those most powerful people that they have encountered, and therefore is like the father, right? Ooh, we held the demon's hand. We became one. That's ominous. Especially since we've already had like devil's like arm, right? We've already had that imagery as well. Yeah, I feel like that's not what's gonna happen. You're throwing a lot at him. He just showed up, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess there are lots of people who like either don't know what's going on, of like, who is Violet? Who is this Hoaqin person? What is happening? And then the people who are kind of in the know, who are like, what? We're gonna have a fight? Is that what's happening right now? Oh, I'm surprised that we said okay. I was gonna think there'd be more like adversaries between the two of them. Oh, I feel like which one of us is going to vanish. I think we all know who would like to be in charge, given this panel who we're depicting. I feel like a passage somewhere in the Hell Train. Yes, space isn't always the most consistent within the tower. I don't like the idea of the train being alive. That freaks me out. Oh, okay, so it was created by Workshop. No wonder it's weird and terrible and is trying to kill everyone. That just makes sense. Stop being mean to him. They keep calling him names. I'm just like, what'd he do? He just like was vibing his life, and he got thrown into this mess, okay? I feel like having that message while looking at Bomb is a little ominous. Oh, his smile. That doesn't make me feel better. That you're like, I've had worse. That doesn't make me feel better about this whole situation. Agreed. There's multiple tricks and stuff going on, but also I feel like there must be also something that we can do to ensure that we're okay. Maybe if I can be optimistic. I like being optimistic. Y'all have figured stuff out before. Look, Kun and I are always like, right, he's smarter than me, but like, I like that he's keeping tabs and everything. I'm happy that he's in the vicinity of Bob after so long, because he's always keeping track of everything and putting away all of the information just in case he needs it later. Yeah, y'all haven't like really talked to each other, have you? Sachi kind of like just walked in the middle of everything. So, ooh, that was a good guy is interesting. I mean, okay, you can try and convince me that Daniel maybe is kind of sometimes an okay person, but like we were introduced to him by him like having a trail of bodies, right? Like I'm not the only one that remembers that that's how he got like a ticket to be on the hell train. So maybe saying like his nature is still the same, I'm like, then was he a good guy? Oh, okay, that's how we sealed. Again, is that related to the tattoo then? Because the tattoo, we had the like Daniel like touching it or like referencing to it in relation to them talking about the seals. And now we also have Rowan's soul, which also like connected to Daniel and like his whole quest and stuff. So more intertwined, perhaps? I mean, sacrificing your old soul seems heavy. How do we get her back then? You know, if the soul is gone. Is that part of why the whole like necromancy thing went sideways with Daniel? Yeah, because it's like her soul vanished. Oh, is that... Sorry, we're saying like forbidden spells and we're touching like the marking on his, again, looks like a tattoo, right? Like a marking of some kind. Daniel also has like certain like spells and stuff with the whole like necromancy thing and also having the tattoo. So perhaps lots of different connections. Another lost eye though, oddly for the red-headed characters. What does that mean? I mean, there was a choice. He just made a choice. Don't run towards the light. Just saying. I feel like we shouldn't just run blindly towards anything at this point. Oh, do we want to fight the Guardian? Again, not a great track record with Guardians up to this point. Though I guess they did, in fact, get past one, so maybe it's not that bad of a record. I like your optimism, but like, also tread with caution. Oh, time-consuming to warp? Yeah, it's his choice. I mean, we've already rushed headlong blindly, so are we good? I mean, he kind of came back to himself a little bit, though, recently. So I'm like, maybe he'll make a better decision. Oh, okay, never mind. He's like, let's just go. Like chips flying up. I mean, you were the one who's chosen to stay awake, though. Oof, the sacrifices, though. I mean, it does kind of put into perspective why, like, the Hell Train, because we've had stories of them talking about, like, what the Hell Train was like before and how it wasn't at this, like, horrific, deadly place as it is now. Like, not to the same extent. But it makes sense if, like, they needed to sacrifice a lot of people to be able to do the kind of, like, spell work or whatever that they were doing, that it would have turned the Hell Train into this, like, bloodbath. Oh, that might be why we're like, nope, because I don't get to have the power unless they switch places. But I'm like, I don't feel like Hoaqin is the kind of person who's just like, yeah, sure, you can be in charge. But this like complicates things because again, if there are like 5 of them, then now do we have like 6 Slayer nominees? Also, we're threatening to cut off somebody's head, which just seems like an escalation. Ooh, they'll like make him look back at me. Dang, we like pulled that thread all the way through. Yeah, this is not gonna go well. Yeah, apparently. I was like, I assumed that they were all part of one entity and therefore not like clones or brothers or whatever, but apparently I am wrong. Wait, I have no idea what's going on. Fair enough. I barely, I think, know what's going on, and I've seen the other like plot lines. I mean, maybe just like don't pick a fight just yet though. Maybe they'll fight each other and you won't have to get involved. You can just like sneak past. I mean, they talked before about like become like holding hands with the demon and becoming one, right? I mean, I just feel like there's a threat there. Ooh, yeah, I was like, maybe we just let them fight it out. I think Daniel's just like, I don't want to be part of this. I just want my deal fulfilled and to find out what happened to Run. Like, I just want her back. And then the Rock's like, yeah. Which one should we side with? I have no idea. Neither, I think. Ooh, geez. I'm sorry, person that we didn't really get to learn anything about. Oh, Rock, are we just going after Daniel immediately? And can we talk about how they didn't get like blown back or whatever thing? I'm assuming because like Vincent has been like decided. I always want to say it like French is like protecting them. He's decided that they are friends, not food. Sorry, my brain immediately. My brain wanted to say it just because of the quote. And then I was like, it's actually applicable though. Yeah, the fight is beyond your league. Just like, again, like scoot out of the way. Excuse me. It's like, what is the plan? Because at the moment we are friends, but I want to know what the ultimate end goal is to all of this, in which you will be possibly trying to kill my other friend, and I would just like to not, you know, enable that. Probably the confidence though of like, well, I mean, I could probably take him now, but I'm gonna try and get my other brothers out of the way. The one who hosted this ridiculous match. What, the conductor? Yeah, Wingnun's like, about that kindness, I might have to retract that. Yeah, good call. We should not have them become one. We're just immediately going in for the fight though. Oh, I'm like, are we gonna lock him perhaps, or try to lock him within the blade? Because that'd be kind of crazy. Really? Dang, look at Wegnon go. That was, I mean, we did have to choose though. It would have been great if we didn't have to choose between the two. because now we still have like one person that we're gonna have to fight after a month, right? Oh, we didn't have a plan after that. We're just like, I don't know. Oh, we're just, look, Wangnan is really good at running, dodging and running away. Okay. I mean, look, he's trying. There's multiple out there. And Wangnan's like, look, I can handle this one. I got at least one tucked away. But also, we betrayed him like a little bit. I'm nervous that if eventually we're going to have to let him out of the blade, right? That he's going to take that personal. A hidden room? What does that mean? Okay, we warped, right? Possibly to the god of guardian. What does that mean? Why does he have a giant like gear thing? Are we gonna fight him? Because I don't like that idea. Well, at the moment the guardian's asleep, so can we just like scoot past him? Is that possible? Oh, we've seen him before? I think Aboda's like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, someone who guardians treat like a god. Great. Love that for us. Great that we just like warped in here, that we were just like, let's just go see. Let's not like think it through or train or come with a plan or whatever. Awesome. Great. We're gonna have to be at like leader of the families level. Awesome. We got that, right? It's like, I think we should go. I mean, I think we were all like, we could die. And also we were like, Bomb has to do this on his own. So like, you know, he's not turning away though. Sir, have we thought it through? Or are we just like, I have to do this because I've put all of my friends in danger? What are we trying to prove? We're assuming there will be a later in which to regret it? That's, I think, presuming a lot. What, we just got a gut feeling? Oh, it's just like, I have a feeling that I will regret it if I don't. All right, whatever your spidey sense seems to be telling us. I like how it's just like, I don't know, maybe we stop him? I like that, let's trust him. Should we? Look, again, like I want to trust our little cinnamon bun. I do. But like he's also made a lot of reckless, not great decisions in recent history. And I know that he's kind of come down from like the panic spiral of previously. But is it enough? That's just, he's just a little guy. I know he's got a lot of power, but still. The arguing of like, shouldn't we run? Oh, okay. So we have a 0% survival rate. Awesome. Ooh, I'm sorry. Udik felt greater? Much greater. I want to get the wording right on that. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe. I mean, I know that was like not much of a fight between the two of them, but like maybe we got this? I mean, tremendous power, but like we've literally faced worse and survived. Like not super well because like Udik wasn't like really trying, you know, he was just like, this is fun, but also I'm gonna go elsewhere. Oh, did we jump? That's a big guy. Like this is really dangerous. Really, I couldn't have guessed that from this happening. We're fighting a Titan, Coon. I don't need the commentary about how dangerous it is. Oh, we're pointing. You point. Oh yes, we are in fact an irregular. Sure. Are we okay? I mean, he seems relatively unscathed, all things considering. I like that you have some weird thing hanging on your back. Yeah, it's complicated. Oh, come in through the same gaze job. Interesting. Again, bring up Udik again in like comparison. Not like exactly being like, hey, you and Udik are like necessarily on like the same level, but like there is like a connection there, which is interesting. Like you are weak. He's just learning. He's a little guy. Ooh. Dang, what did I just say? He looks so pocket-sized. Poor little thing. I like how Coon's just like, hey, put my friend down. Are we making a friend? Is that was this our feeling? Was our feeling that like we can make friends with is this the ultimate gentle giant? Because if that's what happens, I might blow a fuse. I might cease to be able to function because I was assuming, ooh, that's a big guy, we don't want to fight that because probably super strong or at the very least intimidating, right? But if it is a gentle giant and I can claim him, I will be very happy. Maybe I won't get too excited, but I feel like maybe there is an alliance happening here. I'm just getting a vibe. Oh, okay. This is where we trained the family leaders. Ooh, just like the eyes though. Interesting. We had like the revolution. I was like, we had the revolution road earlier. And he's like, you need revolution. So I'm assuming we're getting training. That would be exciting. A gentle giant that is going to train us so that we're like going through the same training as the leaders of the families. Okay. Is everyone else just going to be like hanging out outside wondering what's going on? Their real fate. Interesting. We're gonna go through like a whole like journey of the soul. That'll be interesting. He has many like different names and kind of like masks, but I don't know if we've ever seen who he truly is. I mean, we gotta wait. It's okay. You didn't die, and that's all that matters. I like how Rock's just like, I don't know what's going on, but I didn't get to fight people the way that I wanted to. Yeah, the bystanders. It's complicated. Oh, okay. Are we still able to have like a conversation? They're like, that breaks my heart. And then sorry? Yeah, it was like, we're talking about somebody who's used to being a weapon. So like, Yeah, like they're like, I've existed. It's just like kind of a spirit hanging out for a while. So a little more experience with that experience, right? I don't know why my word choice just like didn't work out there, but it's fine. We're gonna help. I like that. I need to side with you anyway. Again, like a friend of, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. I mean, apparently we have a new gentle giant mentor. No, I've clocked that you're not regular like all of the rest of us. I don't know why I included me in that. Yeah, Daniel's like, it's, you know, we'll deal with it. But he's also like, thank God. Ooh, that's a good point, Daniel. He has some vested interest to have Hoaqin to be like the one in charge, right? Like the one who stays awake, because that's who he has to deal with. Things are getting complicated. I concur. Yeah, I, again, agreed. Rachel, that woman keeps getting in my way. Interesting that they all seem to have gotten out. Like, what happened that, like, broke all of the seals? If it is also connected to, like, Rowan and, like, her soul and, like, sacrifice and all of that. So they're just wandering around this train? Oh, is that one of them? It looks like one of them. Anna, hello. Are you friend or foe? I like how they're all just like camped out. Like Aga's just like, all right, I'm gonna settle in. Kuhn's probably super antsy. He's just like, I want to know what's happening. I need to know exactly what's happening. Yeah, it's like, I mean, if he wanted to kill Bomb, he could have. But also, what are we gonna do about it? Yep. I mean, I feel like the gamble's gonna work out. Ooh, miracle again. The like desperation. You need desperation for a miracle? And going up against a god that you have no chance of beating. I mean, maybe. That'd be some great foreshadowing. Who are we catching up with? Sorry, I had to scroll. I was like, wait. Okay, fine. I'll do the reading. I'm sorry. I got excited. I mean, we knew she was like en route. Like, it was like, I could have just smashed everything and found him. Yeah, I mean, he's in like a weird non-space. So let's go. You should have a bad feeling about this, but like, let's go. Does this complicate things? Probably. But I feel like it might complicate things in our favor. Ugh, I'm so excited. Okay, on the one. Okay, one. I said that there was going to be like 7 parts for this like family unit thing they were going up against, and it seems like there's 5, at least from the one panel, not counting whoever like the father is or whatever. So I was like kind of sort of close, maybe, but we'll see what happens with that. We've got Anna being introduced immediately when Daniel's like, hey, it would really suck if we had to deal with another one of those parts, and then like on cue we got another one. So we'll see how that turns out, but it seems like we also have one on our side with Wangnan, so like maybe good. Again, does it complicate in our favor? Hopefully. Very excited about us possibly having another gentle giant on our side. Always love when I get to collect another one of those, and excited to see what journey Bomb is going to go through, because I've been saying for a while in season 2 of, you know, being like Violet and not Bomb, and like him trying to like switch back to Bomb in a lot of ways, in the way that he's like in communication with like Kuhn and friends that he had in season 1, right? So they know him as Bomb, but like at the same time, that is a name that isn't like truly who he is, right? Like it's a thing that is connected to his story with Rachel, and like that in of itself is like also like a fabrication in a lot of ways, because the only way that he kind of like understood his existence was through the lens of how he communicated with Rachel, right? So he doesn't truly like know who he is or like what he wants, and one of the big like hurdles that he's had to go through after with the workshop battles and deciding to be with his friends is like, who is he now? Is he Violet? Is he Bomb? And me even talking about how it's weird that we have like all these different names depending on who knows him, but like neither of those are really who he is. He's like this strange like mixture of it, but also like he kind of hasn't done the work to sort through all of the different like labels and masks and traits that have kind of been thrown upon him by all of these different groups of like, who is he actually, and what does he actually want? Like I've said many times, of if he doesn't have Rachel as that like North Star, he doesn't have a direction. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know what he's going after. And that's what's kind of making him spiral a lot up to this point. So him going through this journey, not only as a way of training and making him a lot more skilled and powerful going forward with this like Slayer nominee selection battle thing that is also just gonna stress me out until it happens, but him also like figuring out his center, figuring out who he is and what is actually motivating him, and you know, centering himself in himself is going to be really interesting. We've never seen that for him. Like he's always been someone who exists in relation to the people around him, and it's gonna be interesting to see what that journey is like as we go through it. And of course, Lady Yuri, like I mentioned her, I was like, oh, like we're talking about like Lady Yuri's like weapon and all that stuff. Like it's like I said her name and I called her forth, and I'm so excited when she shows up, because she brings chaos but also sass, and she has a soft spot for Bomb. So hopefully it complicates things in our favor, right? That's all I can hope at this point. But I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click this playlist to go see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe to me next time I post a Tower of God video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.